watch this. Oh, this is perfect. Someone suggested this to me. I watched the first 30 seconds and I was like, wait, this could be a really interesting react. The Great Delivery War of China.
Now, just 6 months ago, possibly the funniest situation I've ever seen in my life began to take shape on my For You page. So today, let's talk about none other than the currently happening Great Delivery War instigated by...
This is literally where I stopped. I'm interested already mostly because they're dressed like like video game characters actually fighting. The fact that they're all color-coded is what made it so interesting to me. That's just good. I think people should do that. Bring that back to war. Why don't we do this in America? Why don't we go outside and pledge allegiance to the company we work for? I feel like McDonald's employees should be forced to do this every day before their shift. To Ronald. You don't? I'm sorry.
Anyways, here's a 60-second brief rundown on the key players we have at hand.
Okay.
All right, starting with the obvious one, Alibaba, emerged in early 2000s.
Yeah! Okay. No matter what happens, I'm cheering for Alibaba because I still own some shares of Alibaba. I with Jack Ma, the boy who lived. I'm team Alibaba, baby. Well, actually, I own some shares of a Cayman Islands repository that has a claim on the profits of Alibaba because as an American investor, I'm not allowed to actually own Chinese stock.
Basically, Amazon now owns half of China's online retail, sees an opportunity in food delivery and local services, recognizes the brand needs its own champion in the field, acquires the online food delivery platform Ele.me, aka Are You Hungry? Then we have Meituan, started in 2010 as a group buying deal site like Groupon. They were pretty small, but so was 100 other different tech companies they were competing with at the time. Obviously, nobody knows what they're doing back then, successfully survives the fight against all 100 companies.
Okay. Okay, so they're the veterans, okay? They struggled and fought their way to the top. They're kind of like Bane. They made it out of the cave. All right, Team Yellow, very, very threatening. Team Instinct, if you will.
Now, JD emerged sometime in 2010 as well, selling electronics both online and in-store, somehow develops a nationwide logistic network despite almost going bankrupt from COVID 1.0. Now we know the players at hand, let me walk you through the generational.
So Yellow's leading, Blue's in second place, Red is brand new and carries a mace. Is it Pokemon Go? Yeah, but real life.
Now, historically, Alibaba's Are You Hungry and Meituan has always been in direct conflict with each other, and the reason's pretty simple, they were both competing for the same market. While JD focused on selling goods from warehouses, steering relatively clear from groceries.
Why don't we have this? I would like to see, and I think you guys can all join me in this, people working for Grubhub and DoorDash and Uber Eats fighting in the streets. I think it would be more fun for our lives if people who were working low-wage gig jobs were fighting all the time, like we're in big gang wars. I would order more.
Meituan is basically the default option, majority-wise, for food delivery in China, which means they set the prices, they make the deals, they wear the pants, curbed by the server admin once, but continues anyways. Point is, imagine if anything above this line means you make money in the industry and everything below this line means you lose money. Now, since Meituan has majority in market share, Meituan gets to kind of draw the line. If they decide delivery fees sit here, then anyone who wants to compete has to at least match me or go even lower just to take the dub. But joke's on you because going lower means burning cash. So they started offering...
Okay, one thing I want to say is this sounds like they're in the early stages of the competition where everyone's still willing to burn money to gain market share. I think if you are, for example, in America, you remember the days where Uber and Lyft actually were trying to compete and you got great prices. Or more realistically, you know, the days of cheaper, let's do the streaming bubble. Like if you remember Disney Plus and Netflix and everything was cheap because they were all trying to get market share. But then eventually you stop wanting to burn cash and everyone starts raising prices. I'm assuming, actually I just know for a fact they can't all burn money forever. Someone's gonna eventually start. So people who get used to it are gonna be in for a rude awakening as the price of delivery goes. Yes, the millennial subsidy. That's the way that it's been put. The millennial subsidy, which is like, there was this good decade, maybe less, I'd say a decade. I would say like 2014 to 2022 was this gap, this millennial gap where we got so many things for cheap. We got global investors to subsidize our lives. We got food delivery for cheap. We got entertainment for cheap. We got travel for cheap. We got a lot of things for cheap. And then those companies all started raising prices.
And it's not like other companies haven't tried getting into food delivery. Douyin, China's TikTok, pretty impressive company, right? Tried to muscle its way in 2022 and their pitch was relatively simple. Why watch a food video where you can literally order the food? So they started offering food delivery options, realized they don't have the logistics or the reputation. For example, cases where buyers order food, nobody bothers to make them because nobody comes to collect began happening everywhere. In the end, couldn't even beat the blue people, takes the L, leaves the market, decides to do a partnership.
Sorry, what happened? Why is nobody coming to collect? If I order food, why would I not come to collect?
In the end, couldn't even beat the blue people. people, takes the L, leaves the market, decides to do a partnership instead. So anyways, the two giants within the game continues to fight.
Oh, there was no driver to collect it, I see. Okay, I get it. The restaurant is getting an order for a food and not even making it because they know there's no drivers.
Both securing a pretty impressive audience base, and everything seems like it was well and good. Until one day, everything changed.
Okay.
Jingdong's here, baby. What do they bring to the table? Low fees for vendors, insurance for riders, proper employment contracts, fair work policies. You know, it kind of reminds me of back in high school where we used to run polls for school.
Wait, is this like some sort of, I don't get it. This company doesn't have market share, so it wants to gain market share. So it's offering better prices and better employment contracts. It's like some sort of competition. It sounds like woke garbage. This is so f***ed. There should only be one company in every market, and it should be institutionalized by the government. There should be regulations put up so no one else can compete.
Then, early April, JD launches another campaign effectively releasing a massive stimulus granting major discounts across the nation. Millions of netizens and influencers across multiple platforms begin to post the crazy discounts they were receiving from JD, while simultaneously dubbing the situation as a modern-day battle of the three kingdoms.
Okay.
Meituan responds to the 12th with an equally sizable stimulus. But this is where it gets interesting. Now, this is a public announcement made by a Meituan executive publicly denouncing JD. Now, the letter begins with, let me just say a few words. We're not the first to do this, and we're not going to be the last. Alibaba, Didi, TikTok, all do it, and Didi's doing it overseas. JD, of course, decides
I'm sorry, what? So wait, Team Yellow? They don't actually say that. I was like, wait, what? Oh, they do! We're gonna sweep their large and ineffective warehousing and distribution systems into the dustbin of history.
left in the JD, of course, decides to fire back on the 21st of April with a letter addressed right here. We also publicly advise a certain platform. You go over a decade without paying social insurance and housing fund for any of your delivery drivers. You use powerful algorithms to exploit them to the utmost. You turn a blind eye to the safety issues of delivery drivers whose accident rates is over 3 times of that what it should be.
Now, do you think the CEO of JD deeply cares more about the workers than the CEO of Meituan? Do you think that's why? It's because he cares more? He's just a nicer guy? Or do you think possibly, perhaps, it is to his benefit to care more because it allows him to get drivers and gain market share? And that is a benefit of competition. Whether or not he's a nice guy, he has to care about safety issues. He has to do that because it allows him. Do you think it's not like this just individual one-off, this CEO is good or bad? It's more like this system of competition actually creates the environment for better wages and better. He's not woke, don't imply that. So that's not.
You have forgotten a saying of our ancestors. Water can carry a boat, but it can also capsize it. I hope you take care of yourself.
However, I don't know how this video ends, but like, if this is happening now, then I guess we're up to live. It would not surprise me if there's some disaster brewing here. You know, it's like, again, it reminds me of the streaming bubble. All these streaming companies had super low prices and they were going around Hollywood and buying everybody's shows. No matter how stupid your show was, they'll pay for it. Everyone in Hollywood had jobs. And now you walk around Hollywood and everyone's lost their jobs because the bubble popped, okay? All the money is evaporating. They're all cutting back and nobody can get a show greenlit anymore. So it's possible this is like a bit of a bubbly environment.
The war escalates even further as Meituan releases a fresh new discount week. What's the reason to discount? Any special occasions, my king? Yeah, it's Saturday. Reason to celebrate. Discount. Alibaba swiftly counters by bringing in Taobao. Taobao releases Super Saturday. There you go. 188 yuan.
Dude, this has been what a great time to be a Chinese incel, I guess. What do you call someone's homebody? A Chinese shut-in. Yeah, a Chinese shut-in, not an incel. Just a neat. Yeah, I was thinking of the word neat. Someone's stuck at home, bro. You're just getting deals on deals on deals. You can be ordering all your meals per day.
But the king isn't brought down this easily. Meituan, the emperor-class player, makes a move in order to fend off the assault, bids back against the offensive by literally releasing shit for free. God damn, what a play. That's right. Good discount. Of course, this particular...
Dude, getting your... Can you imagine getting your private taxi burrito delivered for free? That is not a company. Just driving food to someone's house for free is not a company. That is just a cash burning machine. They just press a button on the app and you it's a charity. That's a charity, but it's at scale because millions of people can do that.
The maneuver caused such a ruckus that Beijing steps in, blowing the whistle in order to prevent further wastage on 0 yuan orders. They didn't stop the war though, it carried on.
The government stepped in to stop food from being delivered for free. Good video.
Now,
Interesting video, man. I assume, yeah, there's going to be problems. They can't keep that up. I guess they just want their competitors to fold before they do. They're all just praying to God their competitors fold before they do.